everyone. Welcome to the Human Sound Check channel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Jamie D. Today we're going to be talking about breathing and how to take a proper, deep, meaningful breath and exhalation. Then we're going to practice with the forks a few times together, and then hopefully you'll be able to take that wonderful grounded feeling with you through the rest of your day, and then have this exercise at your disposal for you to use whenever you need to. So we're constantly being bombarded by little stressors throughout the day. Not only little stressors, but sometimes really big anxieties. And how we cope, how we bring our bodies through this stress will really help us maintain a sense of well-being even though we're going through stress. If we don't support ourselves through that stress, we'll keep ourselves in stress mode. And then we'll find ourselves huffing and puffing. And what we're doing is keeping ourselves from receiving the oxygen that our cells need to support ourselves through that stress. So if you find yourself doing this, whether it's not breathing or feeling really tight here or huffing and puffing, then just kind of acknowledge it and try to consciously feed your body the oxygen that you need. We call this a grounding breath, but really it's just simply a good, meaningful, deep breath. So let's talk a little bit about mechanics. So our lungs, they're not round, they're oblong, and they go down into the rib cage. And so when you fill your lungs with air in a proper, meaningful way, you then kind of open your rib cage. It does this. And your diaphragm, which is attached to the inside of your rib cage, it's a pretty big muscle. It's much bigger than a lot of us realize. It kind of expands the inside of our rib cage. It gets pressed down while you take in your air into your lungs. So your lungs are expanding and your diaphragm is getting pushed down. When you know this feeling, then you can really understand how to take this kind of a deep, meaningful breath. So I'm going to show you on me kind of where everything is. Okay, so my lungs are obviously in here. Here is where my rib cage is. It's the bottom of my rib cage. And inside, right under there, is my diaphragm. It's attached. It goes all the way around. Here's my rib cage. So when I take a nice, deep, meaningful breath and I fill my lungs all the way up, you can see that my diaphragm got out of the way and allowed for my abdomen to kind of take the space, however much space it needed, to let that air in. When I exhale, I can push the diaphragm to allow more out. Most of the time, when we're just hanging out and breathing shallow breaths and just at a relaxed state, our diaphragm really isn't showing us all the work that it's doing, but it's constantly at work, just like our lungs are, just like our heart is, just like all the organs in our body that we don't even respect and know and realize, like, thank you for working properly and giving me life every single day. But as an aside, watch how when I take a deep breath, just what's going on and where it's happening, because it's not happening here. I mean, our lungs start beneath this area. So of course you're going to rise because your chest cavity, they're all attached. Like all these bones are attached. So you're going to see some movement here, but really everything's really going on here. So mind you, you're going to hear like maybe a strange gurgle sound. It's just natural when I breathe deeply. It's just something that happens. So watch this. When you take a nice deep inhalation, you fill up. When you take a nice deep exhalation, you kind of deflate that balloon. But you have to allow yourself the space to let it in. Let that air in. Take that deep breath, really fill it up and really feel yourself exhale. Exhale that deep exhalation, push it out. And when you find yourself knowing how to operate your diaphragm and what it's doing for you, then you'll find yourself a lot more at ease with taking these nice deep breaths and knowing what that feels like for you to do. Now, you don't have to push it all the time. It's just, that's a very grounding way to do it. You can just take a nice deep breath and just let yourself relax it out. Your body will know what to do once you train your diaphragm to, do what it does best. You just have to allow it to do it. So, I hope you find this helpful. Let's get the forks out and make some noise. Ready? Breathe in. And out. Let all your air out. Breathe in. And out. Feel free to breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth at however much pressure you want to let that air out. There's no steadfast rule on that. Go at your own pace. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.